Hello, this is Grant Witherspoon, and I'll be talking about what I learned in Black Women's Activists. The January term taken with Dr. Neighbors. In this term, I learned more about Black women history and like the Black women activists that were really because over time, Black women had this like subservient role under the Black men who, um, they did just as much as but like the Black men got all the credit. Just like you can see this like repeating in history like over today and even in the ancient eras. Like even in the Greeks, like no women were like in Sparta. All of them were like not even like considered like history. We only think about the black men. Like the first day of class, I remember we had to name like 10 black women activists that off the top of your head, and I can only think of like 4 or 5, and some of those is just because of the semester I took last year with philosophy. I learned more about Audre Lorde, and it's crazy how you think like I can name like probably 20 black men activists like off the top of my head, but it's crazy like how you could only think of the black men, and it shows you like how overshadowed the black women were during this time period and how they were not teaching. And it shows you like the morals in the educational system that US is trying to implement in the young kids. And maybe after like more people in like the Gen Z becoming like teachers, maybe they'll enforce more rules that like will coerce them into teaching more about black women activists instead of just the black men. Because there was like Malcolm X, Dr. Umar, Martin Luther King, all those people that you just learn about or view on the internet that you just it's just so much widespread. It's more omnipresent for you to see a black man activist other than a woman after this. But we learned more about Asada that I had no idea before this class, and it's crazy how she had to move all the way to Cuba because they tried to frame her for a bank robbery that she did not do or commit. So it's crazy how like if you go against their agenda, you are either going to be framed for a bank robbery or they just want to kill you, just like they did Dr. Martin Luther King. So it's pretty wild. I do think we became a little better in the September, but then again, I think that there still are like white supremacists like that are just like undercover. So it's not like as easy like to tell like these societies and the systematic racism that is built into these like things like let's say getting a house loan maybe because there's like they're way more smart now so that people don't realize it. For example, for like the killings of black people that were the execution back in the like back in 1920s, you just had the KKK and they killed them, but now they like ripped the image of the African Americans so that they ripped the image by killing the image. They like throw them in jail so they have a jail, or they like display them on TV as in like criminals or like delinquents. So if you always have like these people and you destroy the image of them, when you actually do the physical destroying, that makes them like not really care about the physical destroying. It's just like what Adolf Hitler did in the before the physical Holocaust. He actually had to destroy the the image of European Jews. And by doing that, he did the media campaign. That's what social media does today. You can see this in gangster rap and TMZ, BET, all these like television shows which display black people as like ignorant, loud, and just like outrageous people. It makes like America begin that we will be better off without these type of people, and that's how you started killing them. And that's why there were so many killings of Trayvon Martin, George Floyd, so many people I can't even name off the top of my head. So I guess it's like class really opened my eyes to like the systematic racism that I usually ignore. I'm not gonna lie. I usually like ignored it until like I got into this class, and now I can see it like how omnipresent it is and like how it takes like daily part in my life, like day to day. So I thank you, Dr. Neighbor, for like just just opening my eyes to all this crazy stuff I see. Cause now I won't say I'm woke, but I say I'm a little close to it. Yeah. What else did I learn? That was pretty nice. Yeah, I think that's it. But overall, I think the class was pretty good. Actually, pretty good. It was excellent. I learned so much about Black women activists, and actually just Black History Month. And Black History Month is like right across the. Actually, it's right here. Tomorrow is the first day of Black History Month. So, I mean, yesterday. I cannot talk. I'm tired. Yesterday was the first day of Black History Month. So, I guess with all the new ideas and like information that I received in this class, I'll be like more prepared to like teach like my fellow peers about Black history that probably didn't know some of the things. Because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know like half of these things, like even about the 13th Amendment, how the 13th Amendment was actually like came from a loophole to actually keep Black people in jail so they can be enslaved, because the 13th Amendment freed slaves, but it really enslaved them. They just like put a target on African Americans' back so that they are targeted by the police so they can get put back in slavery and destroy the image of them. So that's another thing that I didn't know before this class. And yeah, it's just a lot to go into it. So I'm really glad I took this interim, and I wish everybody in the class the best. I've seen many great arguments that opened my eyes to a lot of different views, and tried to spark controversy when I was trying to go by asking very controversial questions. And it actually did work. I had the class good arguing with each other, so it was a nice little experience to see what other people thought and see like how people's views like differentiate. So yeah, I'm very glad I took this class. This is like information I probably won't forget. Yeah. But yeah, that's it. Thank you.